Chama sits in the very northern reaches of the state, just 2 hours northwest of Santa Fe. One of the biggest draws of Chama is the Cumbres and Toltec Scenic Railroad. The longest and highest narrow-gauge steam railroad in the country, the Cumbres and Toltec Railroad cuts through some of the most majestic terrain in our state and makes for an unforgettable day trip. Today's scenic railroad for visitors to Chama owes much to its predecessor, the Denver and Rio Grande Railway. Incorporated in 1870, the D&RG Railroad was responsible for laying the track through this rugged mountainous terrain. When the D&RG Railroad made its way to Chama in 1880, the town was a hodgepodge of tents and log and slab cabins. With a number of hotels, restaurants, and saloons, the few buildings in town operated in what today's language would be known as the hospitality industry. So it would be fair to say that the Chama of yesteryear does have some similarities to the town you'll find today. It knows how to cater to its visitors and those just passing through. And always, at the heart of it all, is the railroad. I am definitely excited to experience this journey through time. And I arrive at the station early to check out the scene before the other passengers arrive. There's a lot of preparation that goes into getting this train on the tracks. The train is loaded up with coal, and the engineers fire up the engine to get it hot and ready to produce the steam necessary to make the train go.
All aboard!
Over the course of 6 hours, this locomotive weaves and winds its way through the mountain and passes of northern New Mexico, and crosses the border of Colorado a total of 11 times before the ride ends in Antonito, Colorado. From the comfort of your rail car, or from the open gondola that once carried coal, ore, gravel, and other freight, you can take in the views of the unspoiled and stunning landscape that engulf this narrow railroad track.
So Bob, tell me about this railroad and how it was started.
It was actually incorporated in 1870 by a Civil War general. His name was William Jackson Palmer. And the initial idea was to go from Denver all the way down to El Paso, and then eventually go to Mexico City. And as you see here, this whole line basically was the opening of the West.
Right.
And of course the scenery is unmatched.
Why do you think it's important to preserve and interpret, the Cumbres and Toltec Railroad?
Well, if we start to forget our past, we won't know where we're going in the future. I mean, Wyatt Earp rode this road. Bat Masterson, John Henry Doc Holliday rode this train. So there's a lot of stuff like that, and it just keeps on going.
What brought you to the railroad specifically?
Heard it was real scenic and a really nice ride, day trip. We decided to forego the big trip to come and do a lot of smaller trips around the state. And so we've been doing that, and this was one of the highlights for us to come ride the railroad. So. Yeah. And I don't believe a lot of people outside the state realize that we have as much forest land as we do here in the state. I think they kind of picture it as being sort of deserty, at least the people I talk to. But yeah, there's a lot of forestry here. This is beautiful. So New Mexico has a little bit of everything to offer, a little bit of every landscape.
So Weston, you're having fun on the train?
Yeah.
Yeah? What's your favorite thing about the train?
Riding on it.
Yeah. Are you having fun so far?
Yeah.
What makes you guys come to the train?
I used to watch videos of this train.
This actual train.
When it was little, yeah.
Wow. How does it feel being here on the actual train?
Pretty cool.
You hardly notice the time passing by as the train carves its way through this mountainscape. But before you know it, the train pulls into Osier where they have a hot lunch ready for you. After a satisfying lunch, the train lulls some of the little ones to sleep. But Weston and I are both wide awake, and it turns out this 5-year-old is a great traveling companion. Something about embarking on a journey like this at a nice leisurely speed, taking in the sights without a care in the world, really brings people together. This is definitely a trip for the traveler in us all. When planning your journey on the Cumbres and Toltec Railroad, here are some tips. The historic railroad depot is in the center of Chama, 2 hours north of Santa Fe and just shy of the Colorado border. Half-day and full-day excursions are available from late May through October. Kids ride free. 1 kid for every adult rides free May through September. Lunch fees apply. And check out their season pass.